What's going on, guys? Far from the Mag and Knicks show here with TK, Pete. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button. You guys already know the deal. Before we even start, I need everyone watching this video to go back and check out the Kevin Knox interview. The Mag and Knicks show had an exclusive with Kevin Knox. Please be sure to check that out. Link is in the description as well. But today, we're here to talk about someone else, or someone's else.
Someone's else's.
Keep them or dump them, that's what we're going to call this segment. Next year, the Knicks have a host of free agents. Things are getting kind of interesting that are currently on the Knicks that potentially could not be on the Knicks next year. I'm going to run through that list. First, the unrestricted, and then the restricted. You guys tell me, if you were to keep two, who would they be? This list is pretty interesting here, all right? So bear with me right now.
We're only keeping the unrestricted, right?
We're going to cover unrestricted right now, and then towards the end, we'll talk a little bit about restricted. Deal? All right? So here's a list of the unrestricted free agents on the Knicks starting in 2019. Enes Kanter, Mario Hezonja, Ron Baker, Trey Burke, and Noah Vonleh.
All right.
So I'll kick it off with you.
This is extremely easy.
All right, I'll let you go first.
Okay. As much as I love Enes Kanter, I'm going to have to go Trey Burke and Noah Vonleh on this one. Vonleh, I think, is an absolute keeper. He's 23 years old. He was a former first-round lottery pick. He's been playing balls to the wall hard, and he gives us our best production in the limited amount of minutes. And he's probably going to go to the bench once KP returns. So he's an absolute keeper for me. Trey Burke, I think, is a stud off the bench when he gets consistent minutes. I think that, he will be very productive for us with healthy KP, with Knox, and, if we're able to mix a free agent in there. And one more point to this, I think they will also both be cheaper than re-signing Enes Kanter. So that also plays a factor.
That's a big factor.
That's factuals.
I'll repeat the unrestricted guys again. Enes Kanter, Mario Hezonja, Ron Baker, Trey Burke, and Noah Vonleh.
All right, so with me, it came down to really three people. I mean, it wasn't going to be Hezonja or Baker, unfortunately. I'm not saying that to be mean, just a matter of fact. But it came down to Enes Kanter, Trey Burke, and Noah Vonleh. Now, for me, I feel like I have to have Noah Vonleh. Just because, like you said, once KP comes back and he's coming off the bench, I think he's going to be an incredible contributor. He's going to be like a Kyle O'Quinn 2.0 for me. A better defender, and now he's shooting threes. And he's been doing it over a series of games.
100% from three right now. Last 5 games.
It's kind of ridiculous. And if this becomes a non-fluke staple of his game, that's going to pay dividends down the line. And then obviously Trey Burke and then his Kanter. Now, I want to say Kanter and Vonleh just because Kanter, for all his deficiencies in terms of being a defender, a passer, I wish he was a better passer. I wish he was a better low-post defender. But he gives you that double-double every night, and you can't scoff at that. I think at this point we're just taking that for granted a little bit, and we're not really appreciating Kanter. Obviously, the lineup changes when KP comes back. I think maybe Kanter is going to be in an even better position because he can just kind of relax at the 5, and KP could take up some of that defensive slack. I love Trey Burke. I just kind of
before you move on to Trey Burke, you mind if I make a quick point on Vonleh? That's interesting that you say the Kanter Vonleh thing. Kanter is kind of that dog inside that KP is really going to benefit from, but I always felt like KP played better with a guy like Kanter versus maybe a guy like Vonleh who's a little bit more finesse. Don't get me wrong. What's that?
How come?
How come what?
You felt like you played better with a guy like Kanter.
I feel like KP needs a dog because he doesn't have that mass to him. He needs that dog that's just going to eat up the rebounds, and KP can chill outside.
True.
Vonleh, because he stretches the floor, he shoots the three, he does a lot of things well, but just the counterpoint here, I think KP might actually play a little bit better.
There's my quesadilla.
Quesadilla's on the way.
I totally, that's a great point. I have to agree with you on that because I think Enes Kanter, if he's going to play the 5 and KP's going to play the 4, then you know you have a 5 that can score and rebound. Whereas Vonleh, like you said, his skill set is a little more spread out. He's not really a specialist in any one area. God, that's awful. But I think with me, it's going to come down to Vonleh and his Kanter, just because Trey Burke hasn't shown me enough yet this season to make it over that threshold, I think. So for me, it's going to be Enes Kanter and Noah Vonleh.
I'm sorry, that was a great point you made there, but if there was any question on our authenticity of the show, we are mid talking about our free agents and we ordered food, okay? So how's that for New York?
You guys ordered food without me? Everyone here ordered food?
Actually, it was just Pete. But
Okay,
I wanted to
good.
include us because we're actually going to get a bite or two. So.
I want
brain food. I got for all this.
Another quick point to make here. I think all of us realize the skill set of Noah Vonleh.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we all realize the skill set of Enes Kanter. You guys are absolutely definite that Kanter is going to be worth more money than Noah Vonleh next season.
I am, only for the mere fact that this guy's a walking double-double, and Vonleh knows his role is coming off the bench once KP returns. There's no way he's a starter on championship teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, there's a debate whether or not Enes Kanter is a starter.
Because he's almost done it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just think the value there.
Yeah, true. I think just Enes Kanter is probably going to demand more money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because of what he's done and his background in the Knicks. And I mean, he's already kind of like taking the hit by being a bench player from time to time, which he wasn't happy about initially. So I feel like when push comes to shove, he's going to demand more.
Also, I mean, Mitchell Robinson, you don't know the strides that this kid is going to make on the team next year. So whoever's next to him, could potentially really feed into his development as well.
I think so.
Let's quickly talk about the the restricted free agents.
Yeah, let's do it.
Big one, obviously, Kristaps Porzingis,
My man.
Emmanuel Mudiay,
My man,
Luke
part two.
Cornett,
Somewhat of a man.
Whose man's is this?
Alonzo Trier, Hezonja,
that's
and
my guy.
Isaiah Hicks.
Well, first one right off the board, I think we're not going to be talking about Hezonja. I think they're going to get a contract done this year, honestly, because then there's certain.
It'll be interesting to see how that works out, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nuances between signing a guy who's on a current two-way contract.
Unfortunately, I think the casualty will be Cornett.
Yeah.
Wrong.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll have an issue there. We can cancel Cornett.
It was
out.
definitely going to be between Baker and Cornett, but considering how much we just paid Baker,
Right.
I don't think we're
It would
going to
look
get
like
rid of
a
him.
huge
But I mean, it would be a Knicks thing to do, but I don't think it's this Knicks thing to do.
Wrong. You're wrong.
All right,
Right
so
now.
it looks
They're a
like
little smarter.
Cornett's probably out of the conversation.
Yeah, probably.
I would say the same for Isaiah Hicks. I don't think he's
got it.
done enough in the G League either to get noticed to stick around. So I don't think that we're gonna get now. Emmanuel Mudiay, that's an interesting one.
Bro, can we just be honest here? I feel like Fizdale views him as the point guard of the future. I really feel like he has the utmost, not
This is
just
so
respect
tough,
for him,
just
but
because if Frank wasn't so bad right now, then no, we wouldn't be like, Mudiay is definitely coming back.
But he speaks so highly of the guy. Like,
I know.
he's a legit part of the future.
I just want to say something about Mudiay that really impressed me. Now,
Yeah, sure.
for his career, he's shot 37.4%, which is awful, and 31.7 from three, right?
Okay.
In his 11 games as a starter this season, he's averaging 14.5 points at 47.5% shooting and 37.5 from three. So a marked improvement. I don't know what Fizz has given this guy, whether it's a boost of confidence or whether it's, whatever's in the Kool-Aid.
He came in shape.
But Mudiay came in shape. Mudiay's definitely played much more inspired. His stats are through the roof as compared to his career stats. So I want to see this play out. I'm not sold yet, but it's definitely something to latch onto as opposed to with Frank where you're really grasping at straws. There's just nothing to latch onto
Competition
yet.
breeds the best. So just to recap here, your regular unrestricted free agents that you're bringing back, Trey Burke and Vonleh.
Yep.
You serve Vonleh and
Kanter.
Kanter. So this team, I mean, we've got a lot of good pieces. That's the good news. So I'm looking forward to next season. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. You see the list of restricted free agents, unrestricted free agents. Who would you bring back next season with this New York Knicks team to eventually raise that Larry O'Brien trophy?
Time to get them quesadillas, fellas.
Woo!